welcome back to the channel. Coming up in this episode, highlights from around the verse with Chris Roberts and Sandy Gardner, featuring highlights from the Austin studio update with Jake Ross, and also this week on Around the Verse there was a special feature on engine trails and VFX effects. Also a sneak peek from Sandy Gardner's Twitter on the surface of Yella. All this and more coming up in this episode. But first, let's have a look at some of the highlights from the Austin studio update with Jake Ross. Now, Jake told us that they've actually been rechecking all the prices of all the goods available in the game and how they will obviously tie in with the economy, because obviously prices will go up and down subject to demand. So they've been checking that the base prices are correct. Now, Jake also told us that they're doing an additional pass on mission rewards and respawn timers. Also that they've been getting the AI into the main landing zones in the game, and they're using Grim Hex as a test for the AI behaviours. Now here's one of my favourite characters, Miles Eckhart, and we'll all be seeing a lot of him in 3.0. Now Jake told us that they've actually been working on a lot of the usable animations which Miles will interact with, and for example he's sitting on a bar stool and also interacting with the tabletop and the glass and other items on the table. Now this is a system they've called feather blending, and this allows the AI to perform the correct animations when they're interacting with objects in the environment. Work is continuing to polish up the newly revamped Drake Cutlass Black, and they're pretty close to it being done. I'm looking forward to flying this ship. Also on the AI front, they've been working on the AI animations regarding usables for bartenders and shopkeepers. So you'll be able to go into a shop and buy a shirt, and the AI shopkeeper will be able to give you your shirt. Or maybe you'll just want to go into the bar and get yourself a beer. Also, we got to look at the animation for the player for sitting on a bar stool at the bar. Now, Jake told us they've been working on the new cockpit experience, and among the things they've been working on is, for example, getting the same functions enabled for when the player is sitting in a turret, G-force and other reactions you'd experience in the ship. Now, Jake told us that QA have been very busy, obviously testing all the new weapons which will be in 3.0, and they've also been testing how the ships interact with the surfaces of the moons in 3.0. Also checking that all the ships which have now been converted to item system 2.0 are actually performing as they should. They've also been obviously testing some of the new environments in 3.0, and also ongoing testing of Squadron 42. They've also been checking the animations for the weapons which we'll see in 3.0. Now, Jake told us that they're continuing to work on diffusion and obviously all the back-end services which will help 3.0 when it's released. Also, they've been working on the new player experience which will go on the website. Now, fairly short studio update from Austin this week, but it's always nice to see Miles Eckhart, and we're all going to see a lot more of him in the future. Now, also this week in Around the Verse there was a special feature on engine trails and VFX effects. Now, this was a very interesting piece, and as always it's probably best that you watch it yourselves, and so you can get the words of the developers as they explain in very technical terms what systems they're using to achieve these fantastic engine trails and VFX effects. Now, basically the old system wasn't very efficient, but this new system does enable them to actually have a lot more particle effects on the screen at once, without having the effect on your GPU and CPU as well. Now obviously we saw some very nice effects here, and I've got a little montage of what they showed us set to some music. Now, Sandy Gardner posted a couple of interesting pictures on Twitter this week, and they've obviously been taken straight off the monitor of someone testing 3.0. Now, what stands out in these pictures are the rings. So Yella has got some rings around it, and of course we've not seen rings before in Star Citizen. Here we can see what looks like the Ursa Rover approaching a small outpost on the surface. Now I'm really looking forward to exploring those moons in 3.0. Now I don't anticipate we get 3.0 until, well, I should say probably mid-August, maybe just before Gamescom. It's not gone to Evercarty yet. They're still got a few issues to resolve, but it'll be ready when it's ready. Now there was an interesting FAQ about the Jean Knox on the RSI site, and amongst the questions they answered was, what ship will the Knox fit in? Well, basically any ships from the Cutlass upwards. There's a special game mechanic which is going to be used to enable ships to fit within ships. So Cutlass upwards, you'll be okay. Now they do expect people will try to put a Knox in an Avenger or a Reliant, but that is not supported. It will physically fit, but do so at your own risk. Now CitizenCon tickets went on sale this past weekend, and well, they sold like hotcakes. They're all sold out. So if you wanted to attend CitizenCon, well, you'll have to wait until another year. And of course, there's going to be a lot more CitizenCons to come in the future. Now there's going to be a lot more things to do when we get 3.0. But one thing I'm sure will remain constant, that a lot of people just won't resist blowing apart any random ship they come across. Well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Please don't forget to like, and also it will help the channel a lot if you'd like to subscribe. So until next time, wherever you're watching out in that big universe, you take care, and hopefully I'll see you all sometime soon. Bye for now.